Welcome everyone to Weekend Wind Down with Nancy. I'm Nancy Ganzikoffer, business coach to creative entrepreneurs, and you know this is my favorite time of the week where I wind down with you guys. We should have two guests on today. I'm so excited. But before we bring her on and let her introduce herself, hi everyone. Hi Betsy. Hi Kaden. Hi Katie. Oh yay. Oops, hold on. I am drinking this, can I see it? St. Francis Chardonnay today. And I actually have a friend with me today who didn't know I was going to bring her on camera, but I'm going to turn my computer for a second, Kate, before I bring you on. Hi, Sam. Okay, say hi. Oops, there goes my tripod.
Hi, hi everybody.
And Laura's drinking a St. Francis Cabernet Sauvignon. So, welcome everyone. I'm excited today. I have two guests today. And while my assistant, I got to fix my tripod. Hold on. Didn't expect to move myself here. Sorry, Kate. I'm bringing you on in a second. Let me fix my tripod while I make all of you dizzy. Is that good? Okay, it'll do. Let me change. Okay, Kate, let me bring you on while Kaden is sharing on my other pages. If you guys aren't part of Actionable, please join, where we talk about taking action every day on your business. I am bringing on a social media guru who I'm so excited.
Whoa, overexposed.
Hi, Kate.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. Are you whining with us? I know it's 3 hours earlier by you. What are you drinking, if anything?
I am well, I have a bottle of wine next to me, and it's strawberry, strawberry rhubarb. It has been such a long week. I had a launch yesterday. Oh my gosh, I need the wine. So anyway, it is a homemade wine provided to me by my stepfather because he's into winemaking. So.
Ooh, I wish I lived near you.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yum. So I'm so excited to have you on for multiple reasons. One, because I had read a blog of yours where you talked about the Facebook changes and how we really shouldn't all freak out about it. We just have to work around it, and we can still grow our businesses using Facebook. But then I saw your launch yesterday, and I actually was messaging you today like, oh my God, this is an incredible opportunity for interior designers who need help with their social media. And since I coach creative entrepreneurs and have a lot of interior designers that I coach, I'm so excited to talk to you and talk Facebook with you. So tell everyone who you are.
Well, first of all, hey everyone who's watching live. I know some of you know me, but for those of you that don't, my name is Kate. I'm known as Kate the Socialite. Nobody really knows me as Kate Grunke. And I think that's because Grunke is a German name. It's hard to say, it's hard to spell, so I just don't use that name. But I am a marketing specialist for interior designers and home stagers. And the launch that I mentioned that happened yesterday is a platform that I released that really helps people with their social media, especially if they don't have a budget to hire a professional social media manager.
Yeah, and that is often the case with solopreneurs when they're first starting out. And I always like to tell them, you want to know what you want to do on your social media before you hand it over to somebody. At least have an idea of how it's supposed to work for you and how it's supposed to grow. Because sometimes I know people who've handed over the power to a company and then just go, well, they're the experts. And they find out months later that it really wasn't following any type of specific program that was helping their business. So you're an expert just in the interior design business, which is fabulous.
Yeah, interior design is my niche market, and I really enjoy it. It allows me to hone in because the struggles that interior designers have in marketing is different than what other business owners have with marketing. So I can't serve everyone, and I don't want to. I just want to be here to support designers and stagers in the ways that they need it most.
And as I always tell my clients, niche is rich and broad is broke. So the fact
that
you...
Amen.
Right? That's what I say. So it's really good that you've niched down to the interior design market because they really, really need you. So let's start first by talking about what your blog was about. And let me just say hi to everyone. Hi, Jenny. I asked Jenny Kano, the director of the Interior Design Society, to hop on to listen to your broadcast about Facebook, because we've been recently talking about how national can increase their Facebook and Instagram presence and stuff. And so, hi, John. Hi, Sam. I know somebody asked me, Betsy, hi. She's still at work. And Richie's watching. My boyfriend, he's in Seattle right now. He's watching. Hi, Richie. So, all right, let's talk about the Facebook changes that have recently come out and that they're going to be rolling out.
Yeah, so it's affectionately called Facebook Zero, and by affectionately, I mean horrifically. People are really scared of it because they think that it means Facebook will no longer be showing their business posts to anyone, not even their fans. And I do want to clear that up. That is a myth. All Facebook is doing is requiring us content creators, us business owners, to put out higher quality content. And Facebook has a very complicated algorithm that will determine if that content is high quality or not, and then it will be shown to people. So that is really good because it's holding us to a higher standard, because I know it's easy for a lot of us to just post things to post things, and nobody wants to see that. You know, like if I'm looking at posts from someone, I want it to be something relevant or inspiring or educational. You don't have to hit all three of those with each post, but your post should have at least one of those elements to it. And that's all Facebook is asking us to do, because it has seen so much garbage be put out there that it said enough is enough. Not only that, but Facebook is saying the relationship between person to person is far more important than the relationship between the business and the person, which I think you and I would agree on, because person
100%.
to person is everything.
Yeah, creating the relationships is what everyone needs to do. And it does take time. And you need to, you know, just like you would knock on your neighbor's door to say, hey, you know, how are you? I wanted to reach out to you. You have to do the same on Facebook. You have to send them a message or knock on their door or comment on their post. It's really, social media is for socializing. It's not just for pushing information out. But let's clarify, because you're actually talking about posts on your business page, that if you hit one of those three categories, which I want you to go over them again, you think that the engagement is still going to stay at roughly 3%, which is where it is now?
So engagement is getting closer to like 1 or 2%.
I was going to say.
And
so is it worth the time and effort? Because I always tell everyone, use your business page like it's a billboard. If you have a business, someone's going to drive by it and they want to make sure that you're still in business and you're actively posting, so you don't want to ignore it. Thanks for all the hearts. Thanks, Joe. Hi, Elizabeth. Everybody share this broadcast. We all need to hear what this one particularly has to say. So I appreciate the hearts and the love, and please share if you have friends who are in business, because this is going to be important for them. Okay, so you are talking about posts on your business page, though.
Yes, I am, on the business page. And a lot of people are instead leveraging their personal profiles, which is okay. Unfortunately, that leaves out the SEO factor to your business Facebook page. And I know this from personal experience. I didn't just read it somewhere and I'm regurgitating it, but I actually have experienced better SEO in my own business just because I post on my business Facebook page and my Google Plus page. But I'm saying, like, we shouldn't completely discount our business Facebook pages because we'll miss out on a lot that way.
Yeah, I mean, I really encourage to have steady posting in your business, on your business page. And then I do encourage leveraging your personal page. I mean, like this broadcast right now is going from my personal page.
Yeah.
And if you're a solopreneur, this is what you do for a living. This is your business is an extension of you. So when you're out and about, going to showrooms and, you know, show it. And when you're doing something that could be interesting to your friends, family, and coworkers and possible clients, just show it. Never put a deal on your personal Facebook page. Never say I'm having a special. That goes on your business page. But I really do encourage people to do it a little bit more on their personal page as much as possible.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you are not a business, you are a person. So it is good to connect with your clients in that way. And I actually have like 2 separate personal Facebook accounts. One is for my family, and then the one I'm on right now is for all my business colleagues and my clients. just because I like to keep the two personal. I don't have anything to hide, but it's just easier that way. And it does allow me to have another platform to reach people. And the same is true for interior designers. But it also means, like I said, I'm not forgetting about my business page. The business page has a lot of merit too. But one thing we haven't mentioned yet is how beneficial groups are.
Yes, we want to talk about that next. So I have a private group. I announced it in the beginning, Actionable Entrepreneurs, and that I go live in there every day. I give a quick lesson, and there's interior designers in there and coaches and entrepreneurs of all kinds. And I can engage and get a lot more interaction and really help people personally in there. And I've yet to have an interior designer client create a group, but I think it's really a good idea to start giving tips and creating a group, and they become your super fans, the people who really want to learn from you.
Yeah. Well, and so, I talked about this a little bit on my podcast. I think this is an episode that has not been released yet. But what I encourage interior designers to do is create a Facebook group around a certain design style or aesthetic, or if they're trying to teach their clients something, base it around that. Because you're right, you will develop a very loyal following that way. And that's something that your Facebook business page and your personal page just can't do. Right.
Yeah, and I think, I always tell everyone, people don't hire you for information, they hire you for implementation. So if you're giving design tips every single day of the year, if you want to go that far, in a private group, still the person who tries to do what you do and doesn't do it well, they'll just go, oh, let me just hire them and reach out to them for help.
Exactly.
And that's where you can put special offers and things like that. It really does create super fans. Let me just see what Elizabeth is saying. Laura, you want to chime in with anything? So Laura is an interior designer. She's a rock star here on Long Island. Let me just see what.
30 years.
For 30 years, she's been designing, and she's never done social media before.
That's not
recently,
true. I
right?
just started Instagram.
Come closer. Come closer. We're going to go 3 on one here.
Hi, how are you? I do. I have an Instagram, and I do have a personal Facebook and a business Facebook. I don't post as much on my Facebook as much as I do the Instagram lately.
Yeah, but have you gotten clients from Instagram yet?
No.
Okay, but it takes time. It's
mine's still all word of mouth.
Yeah, well, that's good. You've got a great reputation. Let me just see what everyone's saying here. Elizabeth saying, but I don't get that. Seems to me it's just something else to keep up with. Elizabeth, you must be talking about the groups, right? Hi, Jason. Hi, Joe. Hi, Claire. So we are talking about keeping up on your personal page. You have 2.
Yeah.
Keeping up on your business page, keeping up on your group. And it is hard for a solopreneur and an interior designer who's out there in the field all the time to then make time for this. So what would you suggest they do if they do want to do it on their own? And then, of course, I want you to talk about the deal you just came out with yesterday, because I just think it's amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so for managing a Facebook group, Elizabeth, you're right. It is one more thing to take care of at first, but then when you start making money off of it, it suddenly becomes a huge investment of your time and not a waste. And I've got a few Facebook groups personally, well, I guess for my business personally, and one of them is just over 600 people, and that's relatively small compared to a lot of other groups out there. But let me tell you, it pays, and that is a free group. That's not even my paid groups. And the reason why it's profitable for me is the same reason why it would be profitable for you, because I see your question there, how would you make money? For you, it would be if you created, let's say, an online course. Could be very simple, but it would teach your clients how to narrow down a color palette, something very specific, something that you want to be known for, first of all, and something that you have a lot of expertise in. And then once you create a group based around that topic, you can push out your course to those people. And the beauty of something like a course is you create it once and then you sell it endlessly. So there's a lot of other pieces that go with it. You can't just charge people to be in a Facebook group. I know of people who do that. Some are successful with it. That's not how I would approach it. I would approach it as you can give out a lot of information, put your opt-ins in there, get these people in your mailing list, because the money is in the mailing list, but it can start in your group.
Right. And Elizabeth's asking, but she doesn't sell online products.
Mm-hmm.
But Elizabeth, if somebody is a active watcher of you in your group and you go in there on a steady basis and you give a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
than you give on your public Facebook lives, because I know you do them,
Yeah.
they become super fans of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And when, like I said before, when they're trying to implement some great design, element that you demonstrated and they can't, or you talk about window treatments or picking out fabrics or colors, and when they try to do it on their own, they're just going to be like, you know what, I tried and I need help, and they will reach out to you. So it's really just creating closer relationships, and you can be questioning them in there, like, what are your design struggles right now? Let's see if I can help you out, and everybody weigh in. You could do fun things like send a picture of your room and post it in the group, and everybody weigh in with suggestions, and you weigh in at the end with some kind of a suggestion. So there's all ways to leverage those relationships in a group. I mean, my group too, Actionable Entrepreneurs, is maybe, I think, up to like 550 people. And I can see if I go over 1,000, I'm going to need help administering that group. I don't know. Do you have help?
I don't have help, no. And I schedule my posts for the group ahead of time. So the week before, I go in and I schedule a couple posts, just because then I don't have to be in the group the whole time. And my people are really good at talking amongst themselves, but more often than not, I will be tagged and then I'll have to go look at it. But I schedule times for that so that I'm not at the mercy of my Facebook notifications. And some days I'm not so good at that. Some days I just have to reply right away because, I'm excited. And that's what a lot of you will find, including you, Elizabeth, because you will get excited about it. These people will see you as the tastemaker, as the thought leader in this particular interior design niche. And that will lead to a lot of other really profitable things for you, like publicity. Some people may want to interview you because you're an interior designer who's doing something different, or just doing it in a different way and making waves in the industry. You never really know where those things are going to land you, but if you take small steps and just be consistent with those steps, you will see some sort of result. It may not be what you were going for, but it's going to be good. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I agree. And Claire Jefford is here. She has a great group. Claire, post your group here so everyone can hop in there who's in the interior design industry. She has an incredibly active group, and they ask really solid questions. They're even in there saying, I'm looking for this chair sometimes. Does anyone in this group know where I can find it? And asking each other to recommend agreements, and how do you word this, and how would you handle this customer? And that's so perfect when you're a solopreneur, to have that team of people that you can ask, and there's no judgment. And that's the beauty of a group as well. When you make it a private group, no one from the outside Facebook world can see what you're posting. So you don't have to worry about your clients seeing that you're questioning something, right? How you price something. Yeah. So it's really, I love the groups, and I love growing my group. And like your Claire's group, Interior Design Business Strategies, and she has her husband helping her vet who's coming in, and their intentions, and if anybody's spamming the group. And I think once you get to a certain point, you do need help.
Yeah.
So Kate, tell everybody, I want to make sure, because I have another guest today too, before I look at the time and go, oh my God, we do have more time. But tell everybody about the special you came out with yesterday. And I am still wondering how you are doing this. So be prepared, because I'm going to question you a lot on it.
Yep, that's totally fine. So yesterday I launched Socialite Vault, and what that is unlimited social media posts for Facebook and Instagram and Google+. But these social media posts are written and crafted exactly and specifically for interior designers and home stagers. So a banker could not come in and use it. A real estate agent could not come in and use it. It's meant for you guys. And I did this because I was running into a lot of interior designers who knew they needed to up their game on social media. They understood that it's the beginning of their sales funnel, not the end. You don't necessarily get clients directly from social media. Little caveat there. It's the beginning of your sales funnel. So it matters what you post. And a lot of people, especially new designers or designers with a tight budget, don't have a lot of their own portfolio images to put out there because they don't have enough projects yet, or maybe they just don't have a big enough budget to get those professional photos taken. And that means also they can't hire a professional social media manager. So I thought, how can I help these people? Because they are talented, they have very good taste, and I want to help fill in the gaps for them at a price they can afford, but something that like doesn't look cheap, doesn't look discounted. So I created Socialite Vault, which you can find at socialitevault, like a bank vault.com.
And my son and virtual assistant combo posted your link in the chat for you.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Yeah, he almost said, he goes, Mom, I think I have to miss your broadcast. And I'm like, what? You can't miss my broadcast. You're like the one who does all the sharing. And every time anyone mentions a link, he just throws it in there and tags people and does all that. So so I saw somebody ask this in your group or page. I'm not sure what I'm in of yours.
Yeah.
So if 10 interior designers hired you and they all live on Long Island, and yes, Claire, my accent is so New York and I can't help it. When I moved to Georgia, my house is for sale. When I moved to Georgia, I'm not sure how I'm going to switch and get rid of this Long Island drawl that I have. But so 10 people hire you, they're all on, let's just use Long Island because that's where I am. How do we know they're not all using the same images or the the comment they put underneath, the words they put underneath? Thank you, Julia. And Betsy saying, I will not lose my accent. So answer that for me. Like, how are you ensuring, how big is this vault that it's not going to make them nervous that they're posting the same as a designer in the same town as them if 2 people or 10 people hire you?
So because I've currently got hundreds and hundreds of social media posts, and that will eventually be thousands because I'm constantly adding to it, post overlap is not going to be an issue. Now, the other thing is, if you've been on Instagram for any amount of time, you know that people posting the same photos is a very common thing.
Yes.
We share each other's photos all the time, so that's not frowned upon. Now, I have had some people ask, well, what about the captions? What if we're all using the same captions? Won't that look tacky? And here's the thing. Again, there are so many different posts to choose from. Not every post is going to resonate with every interior designer, because I understand each designer has his or her own aesthetic they're trying to create on their Instagram feed. But the other thing is the captions can be customized. You don't have to just copy and paste what I did word for word. But what a lot of people are doing is using that as a platform to get started. So if I wrote something, they're like, okay, that's maybe not how I would say it. They just reword it. But it's so much easier for them to do that than to start from scratch, because a lot of designers and stagers were telling me, I don't know how to write a caption. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. So I just post the photo and then I like make up random hashtags. And that's the other problem I found too, is people don't know how to use hashtags. So that's why each post I create has an image, a caption, and 25 to 30 hashtags, so that you can use it on Instagram the way Instagram is meant to be used. And if you post it on Facebook, you only use 2 or 3 of those hashtags because Facebook does not like as many hashtags. But I'm literally just building this according to what designers and stagers have told me that they really, really struggle with.
I love this idea. And I think you're right, because I'm the same way. Sometimes I have to get someone to start something for me. And as soon as I see it down in writing, I'm like, oh, I take it from here. And I can completely change it. But you're giving me a starting point, which gets my creative juices going. So I think it's brilliant. And I know you have the lower price point, which if you want to say it right here, say it, because it's ridiculously low.
So to get the unlimited social media posts, it's $25 a month. And if you want to go up a level and also get email newsletters, I make them myself. I spend hours on them. They look like miniature magazines and they sell really well. Then your monthly membership is $149. And that includes multiple newsletters and then, of course, still unlimited social media posts. So my goal here is to provide interior designers and stagers with everything they need for their online marketing, but not destroy their bank account, because I've been there, you know, and I don't ever want people to be paying out tons of money. I just don't think it's necessary in this day and age.
I think it's brilliant. How do you deliver those, when you say it's a vault, do you put it in a Dropbox and they have to go and pick and choose and they still have to get it to their phone and post it themselves, but
Yeah.
you're giving them the full package. And I don't know, I use Tag-O-Matic sometimes when I'm changing my hashtags. I'm up to about 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I think that's fabulous. Although I know people have way bigger than me, but I'm just proud of myself.
Well, you should be.
For 5,000.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm more motivational, inspirational business tips. But so how do you deliver the product once they're paying the monthly fee?
Yep.
And what do they have to do from there to get it onto their Instagram?
Yeah. So the workflow is like this. You head over to socialitevault.com and you create an account, put your credit card in, and that just gets billed every 30 days. Very simple. You can cancel it anytime because I don't use contracts, and there's no minimum monthly commitment either. So it's literally just as you please. But once you log in, you get access to everything, and you can log in anytime you need to get new posts because it will constantly be updated, and there's already such a plethora there. And the cool thing is, if you log into Socialite Vault on your phone, you can easily save the image to your phone and then copy and paste the hashtag just using your phone, and then paste it directly into Instagram so that you aren't having to like do it on your desktop or something.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, okay, Kate the Socialite, as most of you will know her by, how many years have you been doing this?
I have been in business it'll be 4 years in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love your business model.
Oh, thank you.
However many years it took you to figure out that this is the formula, I have to tell you, as a business coach, you've got the formula. I think you're going to blow it out. I think you're going to blow it out of the water. And I know my next guest is, she's having trouble with getting in, but I wanted to tell you a story that happened. And I did share this story in my private group. So the other day I wake up, and the thing you're not supposed to do, pick up your phone right away, but I always do. And I'm going down my Instagram feed, and I stop, and I'm like, this really looks like one of my posts. And then I brand all my posts, because my posts are, again, words, they're inspiration. Yep. So I'm looking closer, I'm like, this is one of my posts. And then I start to go back on this girl's feed, and she has, for the last 5 days, posted groupings of my posts. So 5 in one post, 5 in another, and she never tagged me.
Oh.
So my 22-year-old is working on a fashion travel Instagram, and she's already getting sent watches because she's becoming Insta famous.
That's awesome.
I know. So I text her, I'm like, oh my God, this woman's posting my stuff. And she's like, report her. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to report her. Maybe I'll just like message her, like, did you know that you're supposed to tag me? Like, thank you for reposting. And she didn't have a huge following, but that's okay, right? I was a little flattered. She was using my posts. So I just, underneath every one of hers, I liked, I commented, thanks for the repost. You know, I'd love if you tagged me in the future. And today she tagged me, she private messaged me, and now we're back and forth in a conversation.
Yeah.
Had I just blocked her and reported her, like, and then I started like talking in my Facebook Live in my group that you never know if somebody doesn't know social media etiquette.
Right.
So always better to educate them first before you just block them.
Yeah, totally. Them. Yeah, you handled that perfectly.
Thank you. I was really like, oh, what do I do? She's like, it's literally, there was like 20 of my posts. So it was
weird.
Flattering. It was a little odd. And I did, when I messaged her, I said, are you an entrepreneur? Like, are you starting a business? And she said, not yet. I'm just thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So I post inspiration. Thanks, Jason. I post inspiration and business tips. So motivational sayings. So I do have followers from all different walks of entrepreneurship, in all different levels. So, all right, tell everyone one more time how to find you and how to find your great deal.
Yeah, so I've got 3 websites, but if you head to katethesocialite.com, they will link out to all the other ones, whether you're interested in newsletters, social media, a new website, whatever. Just go to katethesocialite.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on with me today. And I don't think our relationship is over. You know, guys, this is when we talk about socializing on social media. I literally read a blog, reached out to Kate, said, I loved your blog. I'd love to have you on my weekend wind down. And she's like, I'm available Friday. I'm like, awesome. So that was great for me. And that's how relationships build.
Yeah.
And now when my clients are looking for a social media expert in a certain price point and they still have to do some of the work themselves, which I encourage, so you understand what you're doing.
Yep.
I'll be recommending Kate
Thank you so much.
I will. I think it's fantastic. I don't think they can beat the deal you're offering. So any other virtual assistants out there, social media gurus, you got competition. So thanks again for doing my half of my weekend wind down. I am going to try to bring on Leora. Leora is all about relationships also, and like raising people up to the next level by, you know, women supporting women and people supporting people, and, you know, doing the right thing. And she has a whole, I forgot the name of her program, but she does a lot of retreats with a lot of people who just all support each other. So I wanted to bring her on as a second half to you, because I think that's so important in the social media world.
Totally. Well, I'll keep watching that next half then, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, and I will talk to you soon. I know you're on my calendar for Monday, so I'll talk to you Monday.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to pop you out, and
All
then I'll bring her in. Thanks. So, guys, you got to have loved that. Kate the Socialite, really amazing. Let me see if Leora is on the broadcast. So just give me a second. Yep, she's back. Let me invite her in. Leora is also going to be a great guest. You know, I want to try to turn these broadcasts into their call-in shows so people can come in towards the end, but I want to make sure I at least have a part of the show that you guys are learning something to help you grow your business, because as a business coach, that's always my focus. And Leora's having trouble getting on, I think. Let me try again. So Leora, you have to be watching from your phone, which I see that you are. You should have the phone horizontal in a good Wi-Fi zone. I think it might be working. Let's see. If not, I'll be doing the second half as a call-in show. I don't do test runs anymore. I just kind of wing it. Which I know Laura's laughing at me. Didn't you learn a lot from her?
I did.
She was a good guest. I don't think Leora's going to be able to get on. Then I'll be going on the lineup and go, okay, who wants to talk to me? Nope. It's not working. Let me try one more time.
So the one thing I didn't
Come closer so
one
everyone
thing
can
I
see.
didn't understand,
Go ahead.
she posts pictures. Oh, there she is.
Oh.
Hello.
You're sideways. Oh, okay,
lost
she's
her
on.
again.
Oh,
As a designer, she posts pictures of not the designer's work. That's the only thing I was trying to understand.
yeah, because some designers haven't taken pictures of all their work yet, or they are just launching their businesses, so they need to use stock photos, but they want like really nice stock photos, and they don't know where to find them. And they don't want the same stock photos that are easy to find on the internet. So Kate, come here, Millie. So Kate curates a vault full of images.
Okay.
And like what you're going to pick with your style may be different from what another designer picks from the vault. And she gives you the descriptions and the hashtags, but you want to then add your own hashtags for your local area where you design, and you can add your own description. So it could be your design aesthetic, but not necessarily your own pictures.
Would she do it? I should have asked her, taken my pictures and hashtagged and wrote that up also. Does she do that? And where I have tons of photos and just need putting them up.
I believe she has a higher level service that she will handle your social media posting for you, but that is not the deal that she was offering in the one she talked about here.
God, it's so pale there.
Oh, you're
Nancy.
so pale because I have these bright lights.
She's got these really bright lights here, everybody.
So Leora's gone.
Oh no.
So
Leora, where'd you go?
I don't know. Let me message her. Anybody let me go to comments for a second. Anyone have any questions about their social media? Oh, she's trying to get on. Let's try again. Yes, Leora, thank you, Betsy. Richie says hi.
Hi, Richie. How are you?
Leora, turn your phone horizontal before you hit the live button, and that could help. Let me see if I see her again. I have had a couple of broadcasts with no technical issues, which was nice, but
What's that?
can you re-invite?
Oh.
I can re-invite if I see you calling from your, watching from your phone, Leora, but I don't see you watching from your phone. I don't see you watching at all, actually. So, yeah, so I get a list of everyone who is watching, and I can tell if there's a little, she hit the wrong button. Just go to my personal Facebook page from your phone, start to watch it, turn it horizontal, and when I see you come on again, I can invite you into the broadcast. So, I mean, it's very hard to manage your social media, guys. It can get very overwhelming. And I know in my group, somebody had asked me, how do I manage my social media? I'm always at my desk, so I can handle a lot, but I also have virtual assistants who help me. I have one who schedules all my posts. She goes through my content and creates posts. And that is how I do it. And I schedule. I use Hootsuite. There's so many great programs out there. So I use Hootsuite. We pre-schedule posts in my private group. We schedule posts on my Facebook business page, and we pre-schedule, yeah, I think that's it, because on my personal page, I'll just share. I'll do my own thing. I'll do these Facebook Lives, and then I'll share it on my business page and in my group. This way, you know, extending my reach and teaching more people, because that's really the goal. So Leora may not be able to get on. So who wants to come on with me? Let's see. I can
Conversation.
Let's have conversation. Betsy's here. John's here. Darcy's here. Josie Crilly. We've never spoken, Josie. I'd love to have you on and see. Jana, Heather, Kate, and you're not watching from your phone. I'm surprised. At least it's not showing me that you're watching from your phone. So who wants to come on with me? Let me look at comments. And usually I get the, I didn't do my hair. Leora, are you watching from your phone? Because I don't see you as watching from your phone, so it's not letting me invite you in. There's no camera icon, which means you could be watching from your computer. So while you figure that out and get back on your phone, I'm going to bring John in. I feel like I'm pre-gaming to your Facebook Live.
Hey Nancy, how you doing?
Good, John. How are you?
Good. I'm glad I checked because my headset is not working. But you can hear me okay, right?
I can. Yeah, I'm not using my headset either today because Lori's here. You know, Laura, say hi.
Hi,
Hey Lori, how you doing?
Good.
So, hey, thanks for the pre-check opportunity.
You're welcome. So John has a Facebook Live show right after mine. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, so every Friday after Nancy's fantastic show, I think I'm going to lose these headsets because they're not working.
You don't need them.
I don't need them. And it's happy hour with John Tedisco, 5:30 to 6:30. I kind of followed Nancy's lead a little. She had the little her show from 4:30 to 5:30. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've been learning a lot. Hey, that Kate the Socialite was really good.
She's amazing. And you know what? You guys can really get drunk over 2 hours watching my show and then John's show right after. So after 2 hours, there will be no going out on a Friday night. Don't get behind the wheel.
Exactly.
So yeah, Kate is amazing. Her knowledge is incredible. The deal she came out with was fabulous. And I immediately, just her blog was so interesting. I didn't even know about what she was rolling out, but when I invited her on this weekend wind down. So I was so excited when I saw it come out today because it's such a great idea.
It is. Well, $25, it's like coffee at Starbucks. So that's
right. Stop drinking wine and coffee and you can afford to get into the vault.
No, this is true. She seemed really like a dynamic person, I think. And you know what? You mentioned something that I think is really, you know, people envy other people. How did they get themselves to have 5,000 likes or have this successful show? But you said something that's a testament to you. You saw an article that she wrote. First place, you were reading something. You weren't watching TV, right? You were reading something.
I actually do read once in a while.
Right. Yeah, but you were investing in yourself. You're doing something. You're reading something, and so it made you think of her, and you reached out to her, and she said yes. So it's kind of like, you know, you create your own destiny. I feel. I really do.
100%. And you know what? My son, everyone knows my son works for me, and he said to me yesterday or the other day, he's like, Mom, you got to take massive action.
Right.
Right. And most of us
True.
go, well, I just want to, you know, dip my toe in. And that's okay. In the beginning, you just want to dip your toe in. But if you want to really change your destiny, your income, you want to be that big designer or that big entrepreneur. I coach all coaches and everything I coach. You really have to take big action. And I was talking to another a coach and podcaster, and she said to me, like, I can't believe you've committed to every Friday at 4:30. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? But I do really love it, and it's no joke. It's one of my favorite times of the week.
It's your excuse to drink at minimum.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And now I have a friend here with me, and my boyfriend always like, okay, you're drunk before we even go out on a Friday night. I'm a bit of a lightweight sometimes. So, but yeah, you need, and the fact that you've started your show, and I wanted to mention this to you if I didn't message it to you, it probably took 8 weeks for my live show to finally really take off, where we now have about 1,500 viewers by, you know, over a week. We start out with, well, I end the broadcast and it says, I don't know, 300 or 400. And then a day later, it's up and up. And some of the broadcasts, especially if everyone shares, share, please. I've had 1,500, you know, views. And yes, Facebook only gives you, you know, the count on a 3-second view, but I'll take it. If somebody watches me for 3 seconds, that means they've seen my face. They've you know, tapped on it. So you're on your 3rd week now?
Yeah, it's my 3rd week. So it's funny. You had said, I'll keep it short because I got some pre-checks to do, and I'm sure I have a lot to talk about. But you had said, don't worry, the first show, no one's watching. I had over 20-something people watch
I know.
First show, and it was great. Second show, it was a train wreck because what happened was I got bumped off in the first 5 minutes, and then everyone said, okay, guess John's done. People didn't come back. So I had no guests after, and I'm sitting here talking to myself almost. It was really crazy. So anyway, today's gonna be good. So it was great that you brought Kate on. I think it was awesome.
And Leora's ready to come on, but Laura's whispering in my ear, what is John's show about?
Oh, okay. Nothing.
It's like Seinfeld.
That's all.
It's like Seinfeld.
That's all I got. Hey, how you doing? So I just find people in the industry interesting. You know, so if it's a designer, an architect, a vendor, rep, manufacturer, a designer, just a conversation about what they do, where they came from, and I just enjoy talking to people. So
we're very colorful, us designers.
Yeah, you are very colorful. This is correct. So,
all right, yes. So get ready for your show. I'm going to try to bring Leora on again, and good luck with your show. We'll try to pop on and watch.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, that would be great. So some of my friends are coming joining your show now because they think I'm live at my 5:30. So if you're watching this and you're confused, my show's at 5:30, but continue to watch Nancy's. Grab a drink, and I'll see you all at 5:30 to 6:30.
You're getting everyone all confused there.
All right, take care.
All right, I'll pop you out. Thanks. Okay, Leora, let's see if we can get you on this time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you share my broadcast. Ah, you made it! Oh my goodness, what happened?
I don't know. The video on my phone when you were on live with Kate, it cut off all of a sudden at 40, like in 47 minutes. It was like, I was like, okay, what's going on? It just was weird. And I kept trying to go in and go in and go in, and I was like, I messaged somebody. I was like, I figured you guys are on live, you can't get back with me. I'm like,
I always have my computer open, and my tripod is like, you know, mounted on my computer screen really oddly because I have those flexible leg, you know, ones. But so, all right,
It's
Leora,
not
tell
even
everybody.
Mercury retrograde, but maybe this is like the after effects of like the lunar blue moon stuff going on.
See, now I was an art consultant and I had a Giclée printer who was very into astrology. As a matter of fact, she's very heavy into astrology. And I would like come to her with a project and she'd go, no, we cannot start this project while Mercury is in retrograde or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so what's happening right now? Because I know we're not here to talk about astrology, but I'm really curious because yesterday I had a fabulous financial day. My daughter had a financially fabulous day. My son, everything happened great yesterday. My clients in my group were posting how they got new clients. And we were wondering if there was anything going astrologically that could account for that.
Definitely. Well, we just had an eclipse happen, which, you know, whenever an eclipse happens, you know, it clears out all of the stuff that doesn't need to be here and brings us closer to what our truth and to our desires are. So we got a lot of the after effects probably going to be, you know, going on for the next few weeks. So soak it all in.
Good stuff or bad stuff?
Good stuff. Definitely
good stuff.
Good
like
stuff.
That, right?
Good stuff. And then, you know, and then also, listen, also sometimes the good stuff, you know, the lesson comes before the blessing, as I say. So sometimes you're in the middle of like the challenge meets you face on and you can't see it. But it's the thing that you need to clear out.
Okay, well, all right. So tell everyone because we got right into Mercury retrograde.
Yes.
Never even introduced you. So introduce yourself, tell everyone what you do and where they can find you, and then we'll keep talking.
Absolutely. So my name is Leora Edude. I'm the creatrix of Goddess on the Go, which is an empowering sisterhood where women can come and connect and learn and grow together, and kind of a place where women are allowed to like take their masks off and just be able to really show up and connect with other as we all desire to truly do.
Absolutely. I love that. You know what? Supporting each other and getting the relationships is so key. And there are times when I start with somebody, you know, as a client, I'm like how's your network? Like, how's your support system?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes their support system, because of whatever's gone on in their life, has diminished.
Yes.
And getting them back out into their support system. I always say something so simple. What did you love doing when you were in high school? Right. And they're like, I don't, oh, wait, let me think. And when you get, it's such a simple question, but when you think about what you like doing in high school, or if you went to college, it's kind of like who you were before adulthood hit and you had all these problems.
I so feel that way. It's like we become adults, right? And then we think we have to be so significant and serious. And I think a lot of people really go through that, like being perfect in their 20s and feeling like they should be much further than what they should be. And then that just ends up spilling over into your 30s, and before you know it, you've disconnected yourself from your truth and who you really are in the world. And then when you do that, you're like, okay, well, where are my people? And you've isolated yourself because you've damn near driven yourself crazy in your own head.
So give people some tips on that, how, if they're in that mode or they know they've been there and they accidentally got out of it, what do they do to actually take action to get themselves back out feeling like who they want to be and growing their businesses? Because I know you work with businesses.
First of all, like, you want to like get quiet, right? Like, shut all the noises off, right? Disconnect from like your social media, disconnect from
be still my heart. How long do I have to disconnect for?
Like, give yourself like a good day just to reconnect with yourself and like get quiet. And I would say meditate and pull out a journal and like start going inward. And I also believe sometimes we need to move our bodies, right? Like, music can also bring up memories. Music can also allow us to just like shut off the monkey mind and go in our bodies. And like sometimes we have so much stuck emotion, whether it's be fear or whether that be anger or whether that be like grief that we've never allowed ourselves to feel. And then when we can start to get back in our bodies are actually what gives us the messages that we need, right? Our bodies will be like, oh no, walk down that street. Oh, you know, call that person up. Or, oh, you know, you always loved eating at that restaurant, but you haven't ate there in 10 years, and boom, you meet somebody there, right? It's like all these different messages which are about like our pleasure and our joy, and like we disconnect from that, especially as women, because we get so much into the doing, and we also do spend a whole lot more of our time online. So I think I see, Heather, you wrote about your support is online. I think it's great to have a balance of both, because right now with like, you can meet people from all over the world. Like
it's pretty amazing.
The connections we can make now are amazing. And so I feel like, you know, it's a mix, because yes, we can spend a lot of time, you know, typing and FaceTiming with people and Snapchatting and Instagramming, but there also is something that we need from human connection, because as women especially, we give each other something that we just can't get anywhere else.
This is so true.
Yeah.
This is so true.
Like we speak a language, and like you could probably finish my sentence.
Well, I was going to say, tell everyone where you're from, because they think I have a thick accent. Oh, yeah. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Detroit, Michigan. Hi, Rachel. And I've been in New York for 16 years, but like that accent is just, it's not going anywhere. It's like,
it's not going anywhere. I don't think mine's going to either, but
embrace it. Yeah, enjoy.
Yes, absolutely. So how long have you built this community for?
So I have built this community over the past 9 years.
And how do you bring the communities together, or the women who support women? Like, what are your, I know you have events.
I have live events, and I also have a virtual goddess circle that's starting in February. So I've done live events for the past 9 years. And it was really from going through my own journey of sisterhood, because I was at a place in my life where I had been doing lots and lots of transformational work, and I found myself isolating. Like I was a workaholic. It was all about the next client.
Not me.
Right? It was always about the next client and the next opportunity, and I still am a master at producing results, but besides producing results, I was lonely, I was depressed, I didn't really have any real friends. I had the girlfriends so I could go out for like drinks and complain about life, but I wanted those deep connections. That's like, you know, it's like soul food. It's like when you go out and you're having a conversation with someone, and the connection is there, and the like encouragement is there, and the like, I got your back, I hear you. And
that's my friend.
Yes, that's right?
My friend.
Sisterhood in the house. So it's like, and sometimes it's not even about giving advice, you know, it's just about being able to like empty our basket and be heard. Because when we actually do that, what happens as women is we begin to tap into our own truth and our own intuition, and we begin to hear ourselves, because we don't always need advice. And if we have too much noise going on, then that sometimes can like lead us left and right, and then we lose track of like wait, what was my truth? Oh, my truth was actually not to go out on a date with that guy. Or my truth was actually I need to rest tonight and say no to that invitation. Or my truth was like, holy shit, I haven't been dancing in so long and my body wants that. So I'm going, right? And so, you know, these are the things that I feel we as women need to embrace more of. So going back, I know I skipped forward, but going back to my original kind of story of how this all began was I've been doing transformational work for about 6 years, and I just got to this point where I was like, I want connection. I want girlfriends who I can like travel with. I want girlfriends who I can call up when I'm really dealing with something and they can hear me. I want girlfriends who like I can laugh with. I was single then, so I could go out in New York City and go out on flirt nights with. Like I desire that.
Those were fun nights.
Yeah, so fun, right?
Those were fun
nights.
nights.
And so what ended up happening was I had 7 women come into my life at a perfect divine timing. I asked them all if they wanted to start kind of this sisterhood, this goddess circle in my tiny apartment in Manhattan. And they all said yes. And when this, yes, the flirt nights, yes, Rachel. And at this particular point in time, hi, Tina. This particular point in time, I was probably at one of the very lowest points in my life. I couldn't pay my rent. I was drinking a lot. I was just like, I was a wreck. I was a train wreck, but I didn't know how to get myself out of it. And I knew that I actually couldn't get myself out of it. And so during those 2 years, so these 7 women, they all said yes. So we met in my apartment for 2 years, every single week. And
really good for you.
Yes, we also went out. We traveled. We went to Costa Rica. We went on those flirt nights. We went on adventures. We started all doing the things that we loved in our lives again. And we started supporting each other, and we cheered each other on as, you know, each one of our dreams and desires began to come true. And I mean, I saw like all of us, by the way, had been doing transformational work for quite some time. And we all had this similar experience as we just like couldn't seem to get the things in our lives that we really wanted. And I saw one of the women, she was like in her 40s, always wanted to be a mother. She adopted a child. Another woman, yeah, she quit her corporate job, started her own healthy catering company. Within a month, had a full roster of clients. Another woman wanted to travel the world, but she was so worried about finances, and she just did that and ended up meeting her man like across,
it's amazing when you start to live your authentic
ocean.
self. That's when you start living your authentic self, who's supposed to come into your life will come into your life, and what's supposed to happen will happen. That's incredible. And what happened to you? What happened to you?
Well, what happened to me was I started being able to pay my rent. That was
good. Number one.
I started traveling. I started dating a whole different type of man as well, because what I found was that in sisterhood, your sisters start reflecting back to you your self-worth. They reflect back to you all the diamonds and the rubies and the emeralds that we all are and that live within us. Like, they are able to pull that out of us. They pull out like the spiciness and the fun and like the stuff that's in every single goddess but's been trapped in our bodies. And so they bring that full forth. And so let's see, I traveled all over the world. I started Goddess on the Go because I realized this is important for all women. So many of us live in isolation. So many of us don't have a community that we can come to, that we can just like release all of our deepest fears and our anxieties and the things that we like secretly don't want anyone to know about us. But when we actually share it, we set ourselves free when we connect
Absolutely.
to our deep truth. So I started that. I moved out here to Long Island City. I got in a relationship with somebody I've known for 12 years via Facebook. Okay. Facebook. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and my business exploded. And I wrote a book, which is coming out shortly, called Goddess.
Oh, do you have a link? Do you have a link for that yet?
No. It has been, the cover and the inside is being finished now. So month and a half, it'll be on Amazon, and I'll definitely I'll send you a copy, Nancy, and I'd love for you to share it with your people.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Leora, I have to end my broadcast on time because there's other broadcasts after me. But before we leave, tell everyone how they can find you for your retreats and for your upcoming book and for the knowledge you can share with them in your community.
Yes, you can go to my website, which is Goddess, GODDESS -onthego.com.
Love it. Love it. And it's funny because I'm kind of all business. I don't relate as much to the word goddess as some people do, but your mission is right up my alley. Just supporting women. I mean, I support men too, but you're right about there's something about having girlfriends.
Yes.
It's something about having girlfriends and support systems. And I have my sisters, and making sure you always have that base to fall back on, because you know what? Life happens and shit happens in our lives.
It happens all the time.
And without our support system, it could be a very lonely place. So happy to have had you on my show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we will definitely talk soon. And Kaden, my son, put goddessonthego.com.
Thank you, Kaden. You are such a rock star hero. Thank you.
He really is. Someday he's going to be like, Mom, I don't want to work for you anymore. I'm going to be like, oh, what am I going to do? So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please share the broadcast. I'm Nancy Ganzikoffer, business coach to creative entrepreneurs of all kinds. And I'll be here next Friday at 4:30. And I believe I have 2 guests lined up. So look for my event when I put it up, and I will let you know who they are and what we're going to be talking about. And I'm really trying to convert this show where we're teaching you guys something every week. And if we have time, then I bring you guys on and off as well. So have a great weekend, Leora. And I will talk to you soon. Okay. Bye. Bye, guys.